So this stream, I will play, you know, maybe people will see in the background, I've been replaying GTA 5 on the PS3. Because I was told by quite a few friends who have played this version versus the current gen, there's a lot of different older gen, which is the 7th generation version of the game. But I'm going to be getting a drink, I'll be right back, and I'm going to discuss what we're actually going to do in this live. So the longest one I've done recently was 2 hours. Well, this one's going to break that a little bit. And trust me, by a fair margin. Alright, I'm back. Hey. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. So, this is the final bit of content that I'll be making anywhere this year. For those of you who do know, I've got the Instagram, I've got the TikTok page where we do a lot of the Lego-based content. This will be the last one of the year, so that's kind of interesting. Because we started off 2025 with a video of me on TikTok saying welcome to 2025, and we're ending it here on YouTube with a live stream. Funny enough, up until the last couple of days, yeah, apparently, I should probably point out that I'm going to be coughing throughout the stream quite a bit, but yeah, up until a couple of days ago, I don't really stream on YouTube much. The only time I've ever consistently streamed on here is when we built the UCS Falcon about 4 months ago. And I got put off streaming on YouTube because I had movies on in the background and YouTube decided to give me hell. That one, copyright. So I had A New Hope on the background while building the UCS Falcon. And YouTube went right after me for that. They were not tolerating that, like, no, copyright removed. But playing video games or whatever, or having another YouTuber on in the background, actually is alright, apparently. Do you know what? Rainbow Dash, everyone watching, go subscribe to Rainbow Dash. Shout out to Rainbow Dash. Also, thanks for subscribing, man. So, I have been on YouTube for 10 years, and only recently I've actually done live streams. I'll tell you one thing. No, you're welcome. Live streaming is very beneficial to growth on here. So, over the last couple of days of live streaming, oh, a bit of that too. Live streaming, the subscriber count has went up, as well as a lot of my videos being recommended more. So, that's quite a beneficial thing to do. So, here's what I'm going to do, right? I'll play another mission. I mean, me and quite a lot of friends do play on the old gen consoles. Like, there's certain games we replay every so often. And, you know, there's a couple of games I'm working my way through right now, like Futurama for the PS2 is a really fun game. But one of the weirder ones, right, that a friend suggested that I try again was Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, me and him play online with that quite frequently, but oh, that's going to get annoying. They told me to try this, specifically the PS3 version. So, that's what I've got on in the background, you can kind of see in the TV. So, you might be able to see it a little bit. I'm actually going to adjust it so you can see. No, you're very welcome, Rainbow Dash. So I'm going to play for a mission of that. It gives people time, you know. I'll just go mention that. By the way, if you're on TikTok, go follow Coleman Bricks. It's a friend of mine who appears in live streams on there and has appeared on one on here. The longest live stream I've ever done here was 10 hours. He's in that. But in this, I've just finished the mission. You know, where Michael pops out from under the blanket while they're in the car. In fact, between the last stream and this stream, I'd actually installed it. Because something I never noticed, right? See, in the Xbox 360 version of Grand Theft Auto 5, when you get the game, physical copy, you get 2 discs. One's an install disc, one's a play disc. For the PS3, it was 1 disc, but the install and play disc are the 1 disc, which is kind of cool. I'll quick drink and then I'll walk through what we're going to be doing in the live tonight. But yeah, these live streams have been averaging quite good views, so let's see if we can get that going again tonight. So over here on kind of the game collection shelf. Anywho, so the shelves have been getting redone by what movie they're from. So this will be Return of the Jedi, Empire, A New Hope, Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, and Menace. Now, I've currently been working on certain parts of the display, trying to get it the way I want it. Some of it is set. I actually spent the last stream getting all of this organized and the shelves set to the height that I wanted them at and going through. And I've already organized some of the displays. Like all these bigger sets here are just things that can't go anywhere else because of the height. They've got the UCSB wing in there, that mansion from Scooby-Doo, from Monster Fighters, and the UCS Slave 1. In here, the 2 gunships. Now, over here in this box, this is the Republic dropship from 2009, the Clone Wars one. That set requires a full rebuild, just due to some accident when putting these shells up. That'll be something I can build here on a stream. That will go in the middle. In this shelf here, because that's the continuation of the Empire Strikes Back, I do need to fix a few things on it, but we're going to put in the OG Cloud City there. On TikTok, I recently took this set completely apart, washed all the pieces because I had apologies. It had a dust problem, but now the parts are really shiny, really clean looking, looks brilliant. But yeah, before starting the stream, I actually made what will be the last piece of TikTok content on there. I've also done the Instagram thing because both those social medias do quite well, as does this one. So, you know, building a little bit of a presence. Wow, that... I'm not answering that question. That's just... I'm all good for a dark joke, but I'm not going to do it on here. You never know. But yeah, the TikTok is the same as this, so is Instagram. TikTok recently opened up this gem from the year 2000. This Lego set here. Pretty cool set from back in the day. 2000. So the only time, if I got the box for it here, the Lego Star Wars felt like doing minifigs as packs properly. And you know, there was actually other ones as part of the lineup. Pretty cool. Anyway, so I'm going to play for another mission of that while I wait, because I've potentially got Coleman Bricks joining. So, yeah. But the landing pad for Cloud City is there, and what I'll be doing is the panel behind it, I'll be putting the Falcon on. So, the goal of this live stream is to have this bit completely set up. But not only tonight are you getting a live stream that's going to cross into the new year, I'm going to have a long one tomorrow one or two tomorrow that should be quite long. You know, 1st of January. So I'm going to get the camera back in the correct position. I'm going to play through that mission and then see if he joins or not. If he's not joined by then, we're just going to get completely started. So, yeah. Well, there's potentially some hidden there. I don't know. It's funny, but I'm not going to answer it because, trust me, see the amount of jokes that have got me banned on social media as a joke. I suppose that's a joke in itself. It's ironic. Right, but here's where we're at. So, I believe this is the mission where you and Michael and Franklin They do that thing with this with a boat.
You're such a fucking dictator! Why the fuck not?
Yeah, I'm gonna skip the cutscenes on that one.
We're taking my wife's car. Hey, Jim. I'm going for a drink with...
Dad? Shit! I'm in our boat going down the Western Highway. It's been stolen.
What? The yacht's been stolen?
House?
Alrighty then. Change of plans. My darling boy is in
I love
trouble.
that. It feels weird playing it on the old gen, but that's how I originally experienced this game on the 360.
Lesson number 1. Don't ever have kids.
Hey, man, look. If I had kids, I don't think no parenting issues would arise over who had boat privileges and who don't. Shit, motherfuckers be lucky to sit in the bathtub.
Shit, things that desperate, huh?
Oh, but, you know, shit, I was making a point.
Apologizing, self-deprecation. I know it well.
Yeah, man, but shit, where the boat at?
Little shit's been hijacked. They're somewhere on the Western Highway.
Man, ain't you worried?
About my boat? Yeah, I am.
But you can always buy another boat.
Yeah, tell my accountant that.
Man, you can always get credit for one.
But have you come repo it? No, thank you.
All right, homie.
I ain't your homie. I'm someone you want to impress.
Really? Man, I thought you was retired. Why the fuck do I want to impress some slipper-wearing motherfucker?
Oh, there it is. That's my boat.
Your boat's in a fucking hurry.
So we're gonna catch the boat, and obviously you fail, whatnot.
Sure. Once I get us up close, you're the boarding party.
More like the falling in traffic party.
You'll be fine. Anything happens, I got a piece in the glove box. I'll cover you.
Oh yeah, man, fine. Just fucking fine. So you thought of everything, right?
Well, you said you want to learn the old way of doing things. This is the old way.
Whoa, whoa!
This is gonna kill me.
This mission's a lot more packed than in the newer version.
Crap! Shit! Get him off my ship!
Oh, they fucking shut the engine. Fuck.
Damn it, I lost the boat. I'm gonna fail the mission. Damn it, I took the wrong turn and screwed up.
Oh, there it is. That's my boat.
Your boat's in a fucking hurry, man.
Yeah, well, we'll catch him.
We got a plan?
Sure. Once I get us up close, you're the boarding party.
More like the falling in traffic party.
You'll be fine. Anything happens, I got a piece of the glove box. I'll cover you.
Oh yeah, man, fine. Just fucking fine. So you...
Too close. Shit. Fuck, kid. Dang. Shit. What the fuck? Not the engine. Shit. Fucking engine. The fuck are you doing? Hey, stop throwing assholes at me. If you hurt my boy or my boat, get your fucking hands off of him. Talking to me? Get away from him. Hey, over here. Jesus. All right,
So I need to get underneath Jimmy.
Hold on! Dad! Help! Help! Ah, this is gonna kill me. Pull up on the Frank and drop in the car! Oh, this is it! This is it! No, keep the fucking boat, okay? You can have it! Just get me out of here! Look, we're friends, okay? Be cool! Be cool! Ah, help me, Dad! Ah! I'm not coming to help you, motherfucker! I'm... Ah! The fuck is wrong with you, kid? Dad! Don't dad me, you little shit! You better hope you still seaworthy! Shit! Shit! Ah, shit! Hey, close! Hey, close!
Go on,
Hey, you
jump.
grab the back of that thing! Whoa, crap!
Right, let's go.
Well,
Well, we're getting the Lego part of this, and I'm just playing this while I wait for my host to join in. Or Coles, rather.
now that doesn't sound good. Hey, not the engine, man. We ain't chasing shit in this thing. Don't die on me yet. Ah! My fucking boat! Hey, it's just a thing. At least you still got a son. Hey, there's a chop shop back there, dog. The driver's there. You can get the ride fixed. My boat. It's just a thing. My boat. Please stop doing that. Listen, I fucked up, okay? I'm not going to lie. That was a really bad judgment call. But shit, Dad, I nearly died. And all you give a shit about is this fucking boat. No, it's not that. It's all we do is scream at each other. No wonder I can't get a job. It's all your fucking fault. Or it's not, but
Hey there.
it's partly your fault. I mean, I just want to impress you. By selling my boat to some gangbangers? I know it sounds dumb when you put it like that, but all you do is daydream or get angry. Look, I love you, Jimmy, but you're an asshole. And right now, with my boat disappearing over the horizon, that's all I can see. Frankly, would you do me a favor and give this kid a ride home after they fix this thing? I want to headbutt the road in peace. Oh, great! Leave me with the home invader. I'll get it done, dog. No problem. Dad? All right. Enough. Hey, Franklin, you call me a cab? Sure thing, man. Hey, I need a cab as soon as you can send one. Los Santos Customs, by the airport. All right, thanks. Thanks, man. Hey, so you, do much yachting? Not anymore. No, I don't. Before, I mean, man. Nah, not really. This little shit stays in his room all day, and I don't have any other people to go with, you know? I like looking at it. Looking? Yeah. You know, I come down to the marina, sit on the dock, pour myself a drink, and look at her. Jacqueline. It'd clear my head, you know, let me dream. Jacqueline, huh? Well, maybe you need to do some other shit to fill your time. Dream other dreams, man. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Hey, this the place up here. I know this dude, man. His name Hal. He gonna look after me. So you sure you're good? I got this. Ooh, I'm gonna come up front. Get out and walk around. It's okay, I can just climb over. Look, man, I'm gonna get the ride fixed, man, and drop it back off at your house along with this dude.
So just do this part of the stream. Oh, hey, Coleman. How's it going? That's the guy I was talking about.
This message paid for by Jock Cranley for governor. Let's do it, bro. I'm who wants to support. Still need to get you out for one of the races, Franklin. See if you drive as fast as you talk. Recondition. Sweet. Oh yeah, take your time, dog. We want to do this right. I'm gonna take you home now. It's Franklin, right? Yeah, Franklin. Or the credit fraud guy.
The home invader. You know what? Call me what you like, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, sure,
Jimmy, ain't it? James.
Jimmy. Or just like, Jizzle.
Nah, man, I'll just stick with Jimmy, Holmes.
So, what's the deal, man?
Huh?
You and my old man? I see you at the dealership. If someone steals my
So
vehicle,
once I drop him off and the mission ends, we're gonna get started on the Lego side of things. I'm just doing this to fill time until
If he ain't tell you, I ain't gonna tell you.
potential co-host joins.
And I thought maybe he can help me find a new.
Dude, my dad is retired. Like, fully. Like, his only marketable skills are watching TV and daytime drinking.
Man, look, I don't know, homie. He seems okay to me. Shit, he saved your ass.
You saved my ass.
Nah, man. Well, maybe we could together, you know? Like, maybe we can get shit done we couldn't do separate.
If it keeps him out of the house, that's cool by me.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Look, I'm sorry my dad lost you your job. It's hard out there. Tough. I mean, I'm employmentally challenged at the moment.
Oh, you got fired, dude. Damn, that's rough.
Not fired as such. I didn't get a job.
I've been there, Holmes. We've been putting resumes out there, but no one's hired.
No, I didn't get a job. I've never had a job. It feels like hard work. Life, the days just kind of disappear. Hey, you play Righteous Slaughter?
Nah, not since the first couple.
Okay.
And told reporters he knew nothing beyond the fact his son was a moron and his father was delusional.
News. The #1 industry in Los Santos after plastic surgery and therapy is crying foul. The local paparazzi union says that high-resolution camera phones are putting them out of business. Street photographer union rep Tyler Hughes.
Yo, so like, since we're both unemployed, like, we could run together, you know?
Let's see, Coleman.
Or we could just like,
Yeah, apparently we're gonna do that.
strip clubs.
I will try, but I don't know how it works. Because I remember we done it on the laptop and that required special things last time.
I'm at church.
Exactly, man.
My brother from another mother. I mean, I hope so. 'Cause
Um.
kind of skag back in the day. Man,
Yeah, whatever, homie. Peace.
We'll have to find out, Coleman, if we can get you in. Maybe not. What? No, that's not completely possible. All I get is pin message, report removed, chat as moderator. Right, there's no way that I'm aware of. It doesn't give me the option, man. Right, I'm gonna drive to the safe house, save it, and then we'll get started.
Always be within 50 feet of a Fleesa Bank ATM. We won't stop until we're on every corner in Santos, every city, and every other major metropolitan area. West of there, we're putting Fleesa ATMs everywhere. The dentist office, family planning clinics, adult novelty shops, funeral homes, and insurance wars. Call today and we'll even put an ATM in your bedroom to spice things up. Stop by Fleesa Bank and learn more about the range of services that we're possible.
Yep, crash into a bus, that's smart. Tell you, dumbass.
Car carnage in Pillbox Hill.
Armed ATM robberies as locals consider
Arrested for stealing Richard's Majestic.
as I find street maps sharing pics of you on the toilet.
A car dealership in Pillbox Hill was destroyed when a joyrider smashed into the showroom. Premium Deluxe Municipal has come under investigation for loan scams and high interest rate financing. But the owner, Simeon Mutarian, assured police that this incident was purely an accident and not his.
That was a very weird way to die. I have no other comment. We'll be starting the Lego portion soon. Well, that's me gonna have to respawn at the hospital.
You knew traffic was gonna be bad. Why didn't you plan ahead of time? I cannot believe you standing me up against
Hey,
about me with no fitness.
so I'll go save and then we'll get started on the shelving.
No way! We're gonna take
Strawberry.
Right, so we're gonna get done. Start on the shelving. This is the progress we've done previous live. But I'll be live going into the new year, which will be kind of cool because I didn't do that last year. No, I definitely didn't do it last year. So we have at 1 hour. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna press the skip button so I don't have to put that music on in the background. So we have an hour and 1 hour and 7 minutes left of the year, which is crazy. But no comment. I don't know a way to get you in. Oh, what's this button here do? I'll keep trying. Doesn't give me the option to. So I'll try this button down here.
What's wrong with you, boy? Waiting on Tanisha when a real woman can show you a good fatty. Why you got to make all that racket?
No, that button just says start a poll, start a Q&A. And the save was completely successful. So yeah, we're gonna get started on the song. Let's plug this controller on charge so I can. Let's put that just now. I'll be using that later. But we're actually gonna get started on putting the things into this shelf that I plan to have on this shelf in this area. So start by removing the. I'm basically the point of this is I'm gonna try and get all the sets or as many of them as possible in the places that I want them to be. We're 30 minutes in, but trust me, this will be like a couple hour stream. So, you know, sit back, relax. I'll put some background noise on. I in previous streams, I have had requests to put like movies and stuff on in the background. The only thing I'm putting on in the background that I feel okay to do is basically other people's YouTube videos. Purely because when you do movies or music, you seem when this while it's streaming, it's okay, it's not a problem. But see, as soon as it uploads as a video, like when you can watch these streams after they're done, you can get copyright claimed for it, which is a joke.
Picture this. It's the 17th of September in 2013. It feels like the longest day at school. And all you
This behind me is the London Eye. One of the most wonderful.
Just can put something on in the background so I can get started.
GTA 5 is definitely an awesome game. However, no matter how. In 19.
So a while back, I started noticing some ads for a company called Grace Bags.
Why did I move here? Yes, it was the weather. In 2011, Rockstar released the first ever trailer of GTA 5, which quickly became one of the most popular game trailers ever at the time. But while the majority of the player base was overwhelmed by the announcement of Grand Theft Auto 5, there
Alright,
was a
let's
small
actually get started putting things where I want them.
base that
So we're going to
was
start
quite
with OG Cloud City. We're going to have that kind of spanning across here. Is roughly where I want it. Now, I'm going to take these figures off of its landing pad.
With the other 3D cities like San Fierro and Las Venturas.
But today and tomorrow are basically just going to be a lot of tonight and tomorrow. It's just going to be like long live streams is the game plan.
And there was in fact only one major map, Los Santos. Now, fast forward 12 years, there has yet to be any new DLCs or even thoughts about adding such an expansion to GTA 5. All of this ultimately.
So this, as well as this other piece that I'm going to quickly take from this box here, is the landing pad for Cloud City, as we have here.
Why are there countless mentions of the city still in the game? Was the city supposed to
I have never ever been able to display this set the way it's intended until now.
extremely weird comment during the Palito score heist suggesting the city around Palito is actually just a river.
What about me? Waiting for them by the river, handling the getaway.
What exactly is supposed to be on the other side of this river? These are the questions that many players have countlessly asked themselves, and for which I had to make a deep dive into the very
Just fixing this little. No, that's not going to fix it. That's going to make it worse.
Sort of an explanation, and well, the explanation.
There we go. Let's go put this piece back on. It's the door for Cloud City's mechanism. So we've got the landing pad, and I've got it on. I do need to rebuild the little bridge bit that Vader and Luke fight on. Other than that, it's fine. So I'll be taking this Falcon here. That's a 2011 playset Falcon. And that'll be on Cloud City's landing pad. It would be cool to buy the 2004 Falcon that technically should be there. Who knows, maybe next year, eh?
Where the only real alternative to it is to start grinding your businesses. The rest of the map is also to no help, as there isn't a single POI big enough to keep you entertained for hours on end. However, this doesn't exactly explain why there isn't another big city in the game. Some players have tried to explain Los Santos being the only major metropolitan area with the fact that unlike GTA San Andreas, which was actually supposed to include the entire San Andreas state, GTA 5 doesn't have the obligation for it. The game is very clearly supposed to take place in southern San Andreas, as it is mentioned numerous times, both in-game and by Rockstar Games themselves. And San Fierro, being created after San Francisco and real life, doesn't exactly fit to the Southern California category.
So that does look pretty good. I'll take the camera over and show you. Coleman, see if there's a way for you to request.
That there are other locations like
North Yankton or Cayo Perico, which we don't exactly know where they are located, but which are definitely...
By the way, if anyone else watching knows, see if you can help them out there.
So we have to keep looking for another answer. What's interesting about San Fierro is that the city has only...
So we've got the Falcon back there. We've got sitting on the Cloud City landing pad. I do have to rebuild the bridge part that comes out, but we'll organise that for the live. But yeah, Coleman, I have no idea how you joined, man. Remember, we did this with our laptop previously, so it's a completely different thing we're playing about with here. So yeah.
Many fans actually believe there isn't even a real reason to hope for San Fierro to even exist in the game. Now, I am not saying that this is the case in any way. So that I'm very much against this whole theory. You see, the whole 3D and HD universe split to me is just quite...
Now, where's that thing I use for cleaning the sets? So I'm going to clean that Ewok catapult, because I'm going to start to reorganise the top end of that. Then I've got the Cloud City in.
Los Santos in GTA San Andreas looks so different to the Los Santos we have got to know in GTA 5. Yet, there are some Easter eggs that Rockstar Games has included in GTA 5, which kind of make it seem like the universes still share some of the same history, like mentioning the OGs.
Hey, you know, Grove Street used to be family hood. Grove Street family? A long time ago. And what happened to them dudes? Shit, I don't know. Could be dead. Shit, or could be CEOs by now. Or probably living in some suburb somewhere driving SUVs and shit, you know, soccer moms.
See catapult from the 09 set.
Football team. Yeah, the suburban flight, huh? Probably so. That's gonna be me and you one day, dog. If we lucky, man. Shit, at the moment.
I look 30. Right, I'm 22. But I just have a... I'm an autistic person who loves Lego, let's put it that way. You know what, I do find that comment kind of... But also thank you for the sub. Yeah.
Whatever the relation between the 3D and HD universes, my belief in this...
Well, your subscription is appreciated. Man, I definitely got something off someone at work. Alright. So, I'm going to take the Rancor and put that there for now. We're going to move the TIE Fighter over here. That's going to sit there. So here is the Battle of the next set we're adding back in the right place. The Battle of Endor from 2009. Gonna get this up here.
The list goes on and on, but you get the point. And all of these mentions of San Fierro kind of lead us to the third theory we will be investigating. Having so many references to a city that you can't actually go and visit in the game is quite weird to say the least. Which is why many players believe
so I'll turn it around.
First sight meant to also be a part of GTA 5. This theory,
honestly, man, the collection is worth crazy money, some of the ones I've got.
looks like. First off,
You're not wrong.
when the first GTA 5 trailer was released, the general mindset in the was...
So in here's a set of still a build. We've got some of this content coming up very soon.
And that it will definitely be included onto some next game trailers that were promised to come out. The main reason for this belief was that Rockstar Games called GTA 5 their most ambitious project yet, and it wouldn't be their most ambitious project if it included less cities than the earlier game titles. Secondly, when I made my research about San Fierro, I caught myself thinking about the general GTA 5 storyline, and I asked myself the question, what actual purpose does Palito Bay serve? Why is there a completely random town north of Mount Chiliad that has really one heist going for it? Furthermore, when Trevor and Michael are exiled to live in Sandy Shores, Why would they go and rob a random bank in another small ass town on the other side of the state? A town that has no connections to Sandy Shores or even none of the characters in the storyline. A place that is canonically supposed to be very, very far from
There we go.
Santos and Sandy Shores. Something to me doesn't just quite add up.
Honestly, that's only a small bit of my collection you're seeing. Over here, I've got like some of the bigger Ultimate Collector series sets and stuff, like that are worth quite a bit of money by themselves. But you know, I've had that question many times over the years of, would you sell it? Here's the thing, I owned certain things and got them for a price that I would never get them at again. So that's kind of the reason I would.
It is obvious that Palito Bay is supposed to be very, very far from the rest of the map. Its nature is completely different to the rest of the map, being more similar to northern Cali or even northwestern region of the US. It is hidden behind Mount Chiliad.
I'll put that in there temporarily, that's ATTE. But this is starting to take shape and look the way I want it to, so that's good.
How far is it? This thing? About 4 hours. Shit.
You know what other drive takes roughly about 4 hours? The drive from Los Angeles to San Francisco. But let's not even.
So, because there's.
Whatever the reason
They are. It is peak happiness. Peak male heart, hell yeah. So, until I get the Ewok Village, I'm just using that box as a background. It's a sealed copy of the 06 X-Wing.
It is also very much canonically confirmed to exist somewhere. There, let's quickly take a look where it was in the 3D universe. While the GTA San Andreas map looks nothing like we have in GTA 5, there is still
Right,
one
I'm
connecting
thinking.
detail.
So,
San Fierro is located right above Mount Chiliad, just across the river from it.
put the
And
TIE Fighter
you
there
might
for now, and the
understand
Imperial
why
Shuttle could
I
come down
mentioned
here
Lester's interest
temporarily.
in Dr. Franklin at the start of this video.
What about me? Are we waiting for them by the river?
This one phrase said by Lester has created so many discussions on Reddit that it is perhaps one of the most popular kind of verbal Easter eggs in the game. It is extremely confusing what Rockstar might have thought with by the river. One
Okay.
theory suggests that Lester referred to the Cassidy Creek.
It's only sealed, right? Because I usually buy my sets, especially the retro ones, I buy them open, right? Like Cloud City was an open set. My Republic gunships were open, just to give an example. But I'll show you the deal with this X-Wing, because there's something unique about it, right? So this is the Lego Star Wars X-Wing from 2006. It is open, but the bags are sealed, right? And the deal with this is, with them being sealed, is Princess Leia in this set is weirdly special, right? So most sets from this era that had Leia, they all had the same hairpiece, right? And on that hairpiece, you can feel all the braids, all the detail. That's fine, right? That's the same Leia that you're seeing right there. Now, she originally, right, was in the 2004 Millennium Falcon, and then was in this set. But there was an error with some of these, with some copies of this set, where the Leia hairpiece was completely smooth. And today, you're worth £200 to £300 for a smooth hair Leia. So I was after getting one of these sets, had a lot of nostalgia for it, and I had the opportunity to buy it on eBay. Now, I could have got it really cheaply if I just bought an open one, right? But I thought it'd be kind of interesting to see what happens, buy a sealed one, because I made a video on TikTok opening the whole thing and going through it. I was like, well, what are the chances that I can get myself the smooth hair Leia? Well, let me show you what the end result was. I opened the box for this literally about 3 weeks ago, and I've not built it yet. But it'll be a building stream on here. right? That is hard to tell, but I've made a TikTok on it. Is a completely smooth layer hairpiece. So I listen. All the bags from this set are still sealed. I've not got round to actually building it yet. Right? Gonna do another stuff, and I'll build it live on here. Once it's done, there'll be some TikTok and Instagram stuff. Pretty much, yeah, because it's not meant to be. It's meant to be all moldy with all the printing and details. So they didn't. They weren't meant to be like that, but they did. And you know, this set came out in 06. This set was around until 2010. Some people have gotten lucky and found them in the found a layer that way in the Death Star from 08 and the 2009 Tantive. But the most common way, when you look them up for sale on eBay, she usually has the Hoth body. So I came to the conclusion the easiest way to find one, sealed copies of this set. And out of all those sets, this one was around the longest during the period that people were finding these. So process of elimination. I just went for this set and kind of thought, well, this will be the way to try. And I got lucky with that. So I'm thinking for here, we should get home one. Honestly, it is one of those cool pieces. I've already had like on TikTok, people were private when I did a video opening to see if there was one. And the amount of people sending me crazy offers for that figure. I was half tempted, but honestly, I'd rather keep it because of the luck. Plus, there'll be a review on that set on here in the next couple of weeks. So, you know, I'd rather have the smooth hair layout to show how cool, because a cool part of the Lego Star Wars history was that. So I'll have the home one there, because we're doing kind of Return of the Jedi theme up here. Up like that. And then I'll put my background noise back on.
However, the Cassidy Creek is neither an actual river.
I am debating selling it after I make the content with it.
So far away, especially considering that Michael.
So I'm saying the further we get away from 06, the more valuable that becomes.
Is that the sea that surrounds Bonita Bay is indeed actually a river, just a very wide one. This theory strongly relies on the map of San Andreas, where north of Mount Gilead there was in fact not a sea but a river, and on the other side of that river was San Fierro. So what Lester's sentence is suggesting is that San Fierro is also most likely on the other side of this so-called river. Honestly, this whole theory is quite wild to me as well, but there is just no other logical explanation to Lester's sentence. Neither is there a more logical explanation to where exactly is San Fierro supposed to be. So, let's quickly go over what our investigation has come up with so far. GPA5 takes place in southern San Andreas, which was believed to be the explanation to why we don't see San
Oh yeah, aren't they like £5 a pack or some shit? No.
Called southern San Andreas, just as San Francisco can't really be called southern California.
Then again, there's Pokemon cards that are worth hundreds and thousands, so one of those kind of collectory things.
So this theory quickly falls apart. Because San Fierro had only ever appeared in one 3D universe game, some believed that it might not even exist in the HD universe at all. Yet again, this theory falls apart when you count in the numerous very obvious hints and clues by Rockstar that San Fierro is still very much a real place in also the HD universe.
Dusting some of the sets as we go.
In my own opinion, San Fierro was at first sight supposed to play the role of Palito Bay in the game, but was ultimately cut from the plans, most likely due to the low capabilities of the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Then there still remains the question of where is the Andreas supposed to be, to which we seem to get an answer from Lester himself, who calls Palito Bay to sit by the river. Palito Bay itself is sitting just beside Mount Chiliad, a mountain besides which there was an actual river in GTA San Andreas, and across the river there was San Fierro. This very much suggests that the sea besides Palito Bay, or at least the northern part of it, is canonically speaking not a sea but a
Now let's
river.
get Jabba's
And
palace
just
in the
like in
Rancor
the
pit up there
universe,
then.
there is also a San Fierro across the river in our GTA.
I'll turn it around and let you see it.
Kind of a location
Nah, Pokemon cards are one of those crazy things, but they are very investable, I suppose. I did have a large collection that I sold not long ago. But
in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
wasn't worth too much though. 'Cause most of it were just standard cards. Cause I did go for one of those things that you can set, check. Yeah, value of cards, right.
Grand Theft Auto is the only video game franchise that can generate over $9 billion and sell over 500 million copies while having the most controversial video games on the planet. And with the release of GTA 6 slowly but surely approaching, I thought it was the perfect time to take a look back at one of the
Apparently the algorithm on YouTube is changing on videos with Grand Theft Auto.
from GTA's first entry into world of gaming with a top-down
I got 400 from my collection.
3D open world in 2001, all the way to the transition to the HD graphics era that began in 2008. We will be taking a look at the entire Grand Theft Auto franchise together, from story to gameplay to development and reception, as well as the controversial and sometimes deadly real-life events that will shock you. This is the controversial rise of Grand Theft Auto. Our story begins in 1997 with the release of the original 2D Grand Theft Auto game. This top-down 2D shooter arguably set the foundation for future GTA games.
2001 TIE Fighter here.
Originally, the game was being developed by DMA.
Do you know what? I didn't think it was too bad. I funded it towards buying the UCS sail barge that's up here.
But DMA Design quickly decided that concept was beyond more and decided to flip the script, literally, and make the character play as a criminal instead. And it is with this change that the core philosophies of GTA get established. DMA Design wanted to focus on a core ideal, give the player the power of choice. And this design ideology extends into every facet of the game, from the 8 optional character choices that are purely cosmetic to the actual gameplay goal of doing anything the player would like in-game to earn enough money to advance to the next level. And yes, I did say levels. See, the modern GTA games that you may be familiar with are open world, but the original GTA game released in 1997 was a level-based top.
What do you think?
And there were 6 total levels split across 3 major cities called Liberty City, San Andreas, and Vice City.
Right, I've got sets that I bought used for not much that are now worth maybe 5 times that what I paid for them in some crazy cases.
To show just how much of the core values of GTA have been consistent throughout its entire history. Every GTA game has had a big focus on earning money, and every GTA game has also touched heavily on evading the police, criminal activity, and most importantly, that power of choice. So, moving on from the ideology that established this franchise,
Alright, set for a moment, figure things out.
Advancing from level to level requires players to reach a numerical goal of an amount of money earned, and that number gets higher and harder to achieve as the players advance to their next level or stages. You could earn money through many different means, including but not limited to causing death and destruction in the city's traffic, completing special challenges, or stealing cars, which is quite literally the meaning of Grand Theft Auto, the criminal act of theft of automotive vehicles. If the player is killed during their rampage, they lose a life, all of their current equipment, and would even have to restart the level entirely if all lives.
Get them people shut up.
In the original GTA game.
Oh no, I can hear a lot of fireworks going off, but I can also hear the wind destroying the shed outside. It's nuts.
Sparking thousands of meme edits since its popularization. But how exactly does one become wasted in GTA? Well, in the 1997 GTA, the system of police notoriety was established, later referred to in future games as wanted stars. The player caused more death and destruction, their notoriety rose, causing the police response to be much more aggressive and large scale. The original GTA game also introduced the job system, which is still present in the current GTA 5 and online, where players could complete illegal missions in order to make money.
And you know what? I'll have to put this up, so this is the box for that. I would consider that a Return of the Jedi set, just given all the figures. Yeah, trust me, Coleman, my throat feels that way.
But how exactly did the game actually come to fruition? It all began.
I'm loving this Return of the Jedi display. That is perfect.
Dundee, Scotland by DMA Design. Now, we talked about how the game was originally meant to be something else entirely already, but GTA's inception was actually riddled with plenty more issues and holdups than just a name and concept change. DMA Design had originally laid out 7 milestones for the game to achieve, including a schedule to complete the engine, get an alpha ready, and an end of production date, none of which were achieved. The original concept for GTA after the initial concept
I'll clean this TIE Fighter, put it up, and then I think that'll be me done, the Return of the Jedi part of it. So that's one movie complete.
And a lot of that is due to there not being a concrete idea for the game that could actually stick. A problem that became more creatively challenging with how many other games influenced GTA. David Jones, the game's producer, actually even cites Pac-Man as an influence for the gameplay itself, since running over pedestrians and being chased by the police was similar to Pac-Man eating the white circles and being chased by ghosts. Gary Penn, the creative director of DMA at the time, references the game, a space trading video game with 3D graphics released in 1984, as a major influence of GTA as a whole, saying that GTA's final version is basically just Elite within a city landscape environment. Both games feature a similar jump system and basically played out like Cops and Robbers, where nobody wants to be a cop. Aside from the numerous development holdups, the game also just tried to do quite a lot for video games back then. Even down to the basics like the game's cover art. Believe it or not, there were actually different box arts for the game based on what region you were buying it from. And this is all the way back in the 90s. The original GTA had differing designs for Europe, Japan, and America, featuring different famous landmarks, including Trump Tower.
Time are we on here?
If the production couldn't grow even more difficult,
We have 35 minutes left of the year.
composing original radio tracks for the game's 7 radio stations, all of which were recorded and accredited to a fictional music group called The Shooters. No wonder this game missed every single milestone for development. Despite the setbacks, GTA had arguably a very successful launch. GTA was the best-selling game in the UK, with both the computer and PlayStation versions passing 1 million units combined, making it a commercial success. But the reviews for the game were pretty mixed. On one end of the spectrum, some publications like GameSpot gave the game a solid review with an 8 out of 10, praising the game's...
Well, an hour in and progress is being made, so I'm already happy. That's a full shit. Like, that's an example of how it could look. I'll turn the camera around and let you see in a second.
Which is saying a lot for the 90s, but the game's freedom of choice was unanimously agreed upon as what GTA was really bringing to the table. That and the controversial themes of which were so controversial that the Justice Ministry of Brazil banned GTA from being sold in Brazil entirely, in part due to their war on crime that they felt the game directly contrasted. Overall, GTA
Right, I'll turn it around and show you, Colin.
above average, which is just enough positivity when combined with...
So up here's like the start of the movie. You got the Star Destroyer, the TIE Fighters, the Imperial Shuttle, and you got the Jabba's Palace scenes. You got the sailboard here with all that kind of stuff. Then there's that pack thing that arrived today, which looks brilliant. Gotta love those.
All of this success solidified the future of the GTA franchise and work on a
Then we've got the Home 1 scene here.
And so, the legacy...
And then, of course, the Battle of Endor up the back. I do plan to buy Ewok Village in 2026, so that'll add to that. The Cloud City, the Rancor, granted, he's meant to kind of go up here. Rancor. There's a skeleton in there. Cloud City will be going there. Got the Falcon on its back platform. Gonna change that about That's permanent. So really we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 shelves to still sort out. So whether or not I get all that done tonight, that's the thing. We'll find out.
Other criminals finally being added, a health meter, the garage system, and hidden packages across levels, but this just wasn't enough to really set it apart from the original Grand Theft Auto. Honestly, the game comes across as what could have been some form of DLC or additional content for the original game's release. Even the game's setting followed a similar formula to the original game.
I'm just sitting down for a moment.
Divided into 3 distinct districts that players unlock and progress through as they advance the game. But aside of visual changes and what I listed off earlier, the game just didn't really add anything groundbreaking. Sure, it was a small step up from the original, but there was no real special purpose or visual change. Now, that being said, despite the lack of major new gameplay additions, GTA 2 did begin a unique trend under the GTA umbrella.
I'm just thinking just now ideas.
GTA 2 was actually released with an 8-minute short film of live action footage filmed in the heart of New York City. The short film was meant to be the introduction to the game, following a criminal named Claude, whose name we'll talk about later on in this video, who does jobs around the city featured in GTA 2 for several criminal organizations, until the criminal lifestyle catches up with him and he's killed. GTA 2's unique marketing and subtle improvements on the original game earned it a sales award that commemorated its 100,000 confirmed sales in the United Kingdom for its computer version and an additional 300,000
Right.
for PlayStation.
So, as well as doing the shells, I need to sort out some other things, but that all goes as we go kind of thing.
There was barely any difference from the original game graphically, and that the scenery was hard to appreciate and average at best. But yet again, GTA 2 did earn praise for its great soundtrack, with many reviewers claiming it was the game's greatest feature. Contrary to the light positivity, however, we dived right back into negative reviews, with most critics claiming the gameplay was lackluster, even going so far as to receive a review from IGN that stated the gameplay is where the game really takes a punch to the stomach. Brutal. Everyone's issue with GTA 2 was that it simply wasn't innovative. GTA 2 was a great idea, but not a must-play. But DMA Design would go on to fix that in the next game in the series, which changed gaming forever. So it's now 2001, where Rockstar and DMA Design have the opportunity to capitalize on great sales and reimagine this successful IP. Since GTA 1 and 2 had been criticized heavily for
There we go.
lackluster graphics,
Perfect.
it only made sense for Rockstar and DMA to take their game in a new direction, one that brings them to the 3D universe. And Rockstar's first release in their 3D universe
Right, I'm
was
thinking.
Grand Theft Auto 3, exclusively available
So, take the mystery machine, right? That has to go over kind of where that stuff is sorted. I'm gonna get this box that I've got here. Now, this has got some sets in it. It's mostly minifigures. I'm gonna take it down here. All the sets and stuff that are inside it are going on shelves because I can have room for the figures that they go in here.
This time, Rockstar and DMA do something revolutionary with a fully 3D open world, including new gameplay mechanics, better music, better visuals, and a full-fledged cinematic story. And GTA 3's story is pretty enticing and unique, especially for a video game. Essentially, our silent protagonist, Claude, which is the same name of the protagonist of GTA 2, gets betrayed by his girlfriend during a bank robbery that leads him on a quest seeking revenge. The game takes place in a fictional town called Liberty City, a callback to the original GTA release.
So, I've got a whole bunch of figures sitting on the shelf, and I'm gonna get those in the box. Just that's one last thing we have to move around the sift through as we're trying to get all the builds kind of where they should be. And, you know, there'll be other live streams coming up the next couple of days where I deal with the figures. But as I've been saying on the last couple of these and on TikTok and Instagram, the lives are moving over to here for a while. Just got some issues on those platforms.
Which updates on the player's HUD using stars to display the current wanted level. As you commit more crimes and prosecute, law enforcement will increasingly search and send more powerful forces to hunt you down. But this can all be alleviated by staying out of sight and out of trouble. Throughout the story,
Perfect. Got to put this plant piece back on the monster fighter's house.
Or Ray Machowski, a corrupt local police inspector. Every single
Perfect. Again, you can't see it all at the moment, but I will take the camera over at points and show you.
criminal act, and there is no shortage of criminals. From dealing with the triads, the Colombian cartel, the
And there's a
mafia,
bit of hot things, there's some minifigures that can come off the shelf.
there is no shortage of street gangs and violence in GTA 3.
And they're kind of a bit over here, so I'll just bring it over.
And killing his ruthless ex-girlfriend, now turned cartel leader, Catalina, by destroying her escape helicopter after numerous violent confrontations. So now that we got the story down, let's talk about development, which officially began in 1999. The original core development team for GTA 3 had about 23 members from DMA Design, now based in Edinburgh, that worked closely alongside Rockstar Games to bring their vision to life. The idea of a 3D...
But yeah, as long as once I get all this off, it will start to look better, start to look like I want it to do.
I'm sure for the 3 people out there who study video game history, they might consider 1985's Mercenary to be the first ever open world 3D game. And the 90s did see some games start to explore the 3D open concept, with games like Super Mario 64 and Zelda.
So we've got this top shelf the way I want it. We're going to try and work on this this one here. Just moving things around, even if I've got things in stupid places. As long as I get the shelf kind of where I want it, I'm happy.
It was heavily pressuring its development teams across the globe to make a 3D open world game possible. So, teams at DMA and Rockstar began working on GTA 3 with the intent to release on the Dreamcast, but changed course to focus on a release for the PlayStation 2 instead. And, I mean, who could blame them? The PlayStation 2 was wildly successful in riding the hype of its previously successful older brother, the PlayStation. Side note, believe it or not, GTA 3 was actually offered to Microsoft first as an Xbox exclusive, but Microsoft fumbled the bag entirely, declining to take the game on due to the adult graphic and violent nature of the game. Development was proceeding surprisingly smoothly. By 2001, the entire city of GTA 3 had been designed, including many of the...
I just noticed there's 2 Return of the Jedi builds and they go back up. It was called one of them being the, you know, the inner part of the Death. I suppose you count that as part of the Death Star. It's going to go there. And that little cart as well, we'll get that there.
Graphics had become almost as important as story and gameplay elements. And when it came to GTA 3, the goal...
I'll take that down though, because the little cannons are falling off. Just gonna throw those back on.
Making GTA 3 more than a thing you played, and instead trying to make it a place you lived in. The goal was to make a living, breathing...
There we go. That's looking good. Right.
And the new immense graphics capability of the PlayStation 2. See, the PlayStation 2 introduced the ability to use DVDs rather than CDs. And in layman's terms, it essentially means more storage and data, which is super important for things like animation, graphics, and music. And let's actually talk about that living city design for a second. See, GTA 3 was the first installment in the GTA universe to be able to use a third-person camera view, which is important when we talk about human psychology. Third-person POVs help players and viewers alike to make a better connection with the characters they're witnessing, because the characters are constantly...
Another thing we're going to throw back into Return of the Jedi bit is this is the Bush Leia helmet.
able to witness their actual reactions and body language in real time. You connect with the character, but never actually feel like you are the character. So it's easier to assign blame for the choices we ourselves make, while also feeding further and deeper into roleplay elements. And in a game like GTA 3 that starts off with such an emotional initial opening act, it's almost a no-brainer to tie that compelling story into a third-person perspective. And DMA's design choices that took player experience into account didn't stop there. It's estimated that the game had over 80,000 voice lines. The team also put in the effort to make a realistic radio system with about 3.5 hours of in-game radio material, including a huge library of different genres of music to make skipping through...
Right, let's see what time we're on here. There's 23 minutes left of 2025. Is that not insane?
Combined strictest work environment instilled by Rockstar Games. Players could drive any vehicle they saw. There was a large variety of weapons. You could attack anyone or anything, which had rarely been seen in gaming before. You could almost go anywhere and do anything. The absolute freedom freedom of this 3D open world was completely unparalleled and had never been seen before. But it wasn't all about freedom because the actual missions were a blast as well. From missions like Mike Lipp's Last Lunch, where Joey gets to a mission to steal Mike's car, equipped it with a car bomb, then return the vehicle only to sit and wait for Mike to get inside and watch the car and Mike explode. Or the mission called Waka Gashira Wipeout, where you frame the Colombian cartel by murdering a Yakuza gang member. And the final
Right,
mission
so
called the Exchange, where you bring
I think
500,000
we'll just clear some more of the figures off of this just to make it a bit
only to find
more
out
neat. But when I do the thing on TikTok and Instagram showing the progress, because those are doing quite well, you know, it'll be noticeable.
your ex-girlfriend. This game is something so groundbreaking and so special that only a company like Rockstar could make something like this an actual reality. Now, as far as reception goes, the hard work paid off. The game was released to an absolutely meteoric level of critical acclaim. I'm talking a 97 out of 100 on Metacritic, an A+ on OneUp.com, a 10 out of 10 on Eurogamer, a 9.5
Sure, so a
out
few
of
of
10
these
on
I've went
Metacritic,
under the
and
set,
a
so
9.6
try to get them all out. Well, it means I know where things are, and I'm not having to dig around for things not knowing.
Sources was an 8 out of 10 by Edge Magazine, which by their own rating scale, an 8 out of 10 is still considered excellent. Everyone loved this game, and if the reviews weren't proof enough for you, let's look at the actual sales. GTA 3 very quickly became the number one
Right,
selling
let's get
game
this
in the United States
half
in
bit set up
2021,
next.
selling over 2
So do
million copies by February of the following year. By the end of 2002,
ATS team put it in indoor.
only being topped by its sequel, GTA Vice City, which we'll get to shortly. GTA 3 even made its way into PlayStation's greatest hits selection, and within a year had made over $250 million in revenue. And if we jump time just a little bit to further illustrate the point, by 2008,
We'll do back here from 04. I'm going to throw that on this shelf.
million units worldwide.
The technical wizardry has attracted loyal fans, but the graphic violence has attracted angry critics.
But with a lot of eyes comes scrutiny, and although GTA 3 had meteoric success, it also brought Take-Two Interactive and Rockstar Games a lot of controversy. GameSpy magazine called GTA 3 the most offensive game of the year, saying it rewarded players for causing mayhem and killing innocent people by the dozen. And as the game grew in popularity, other distributors and
Right, I had a piece set aside to repair something. Yeah, these features, right, in the Hoth set, it's like icicles, like this. I know points of people pan out and they drop them, try to fix
memorized antisocial and criminal activity, which it's hard to argue at that point when you can have spicy interactions with a female service worker, then kill her to get your money back, all while evading the cops and respawning with no repercussions upon death. That is a wild sentence. By January of 2002, the National Organization for Women were calling upon Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive to remove the game from sale entirely. And it didn't even end there. The New York Times, the Office of Film and Literature Classification, even the United States District Court all quickly became critical of GTA 3. And it all
Right,
came
we're
to
getting
an end
somewhere
in
with
the
this one.
summer of
Happy.
2003.
Oh, I said that I always forget I own, but it was kind of random with stuff in there. 2003 Geonosis Starfighter.
Killed a motorist, Aaron Hamill, and wounded another. The kids claim that their actions were inspired by GTA 3's gameplay and storyline. And in response, later that year, the families of the victims filed a $246 million lawsuit against Rockstar, Take-Two, Sony, and Walmart. And although this lawsuit was resolved in favor of Rockstar, it began a precedent of blame being associated to video games and other forms of media for violent outbursts from the criminally insane. Meaning this would not Rockstar's last fight to keep their GTA series on the shelves. In fact, it was only the beginning. Despite the controversy, GTA 3 cemented itself as arguably the most important video game of all time. At minimum, top in influence. It led the charge in popularizing open-world sandbox games, inspiring other series like Saints Row, Watch Dogs.
Oh, there we go. That's starting to look the way. Stand over here and have a look. Perfect.
Regarding open-world game development, while also being a lightning rod for the violence in games debate. And its meteoric success nearly guaranteed it was receiving a sequel. So it's now 2002, year after the release of GTA 3, and following the incredible success of Rockstar's first ever
Right,
open-world
so that's great,
sandbox car
perfect.
simulator, the teams behind
So I've got a
GTA
snow
3
speeder here. I should have 2 more of these hanging about somewhere.
with the development
I can
of
see
Grand
one of
Theft
them.
Auto Vice
Another one will need
This
fixed,
time, the
but
game was set in 1986 in the fictional Vice City that was built to heavily resemble Miami, a stark contrast to GTA 3's New York City. This time, the series' main character was mobster Tommy Vercetti, with the story focused on his rise to power after being released from prison, a punishment he received after being ambushed during a drug deal. Similarly to GTA 3, our main character is out for revenge, seeking to eliminate those who took him down and put him in prison. Again, we're an open-world third-person perspective game from
that'll off. I'm liking where it's going so far. Like I said, there's no speeders here. There's another one there, but I can see it needs cannon stuff put back on. So maybe I won't opt to deal with that one immediately. That piece there, that is one of the extra bits you throw into the Wampa Cave.
The plot of Vice City focused on the 1980s crack epidemic as inspiration for economic and criminal choices and influences through the
So where's the Thai bomber? Because I'll need to go on Empire as well.
loosely based on real people and other fictional stories. Your character has to deal with Cuban gangs, Haitian gangs, biker gangs, mafioso drug lords, and the quickly growing dominance of glam metal. And the game was heavily influenced by some of the most popular shows and movies of the era, including Scarface and Miami Vice. So far, GTA Vice City.
Right, where's the cleaner? Right, because
by preparing all of its elements in an extremely strategic and marketable form.
I just clocked. This is now a 3-year-old Lego set. This one still feels quite recent as well.
Shut up, sit down, relax. Ray Liotta voices Tommy Vercetti, and he's joined by an ensemble cast in having Burt Reynolds, Luis Guzman, Danny Dyer, Philip Michael Thomas, William
Time
Fichtner,
well.
and too many more to even
16 minutes left to go.
The story of the game begins with our main character Tommy being released from prison after a 15-year sentence. But upon release, Tommy is ready to hop right back into things, making his way south to Vice City to establish
You don't hear well like the
drug operation.
on the camera.
But yet again,
And here I'll have. Oh, that's went down.
drug deal gone wrong, and now seeks to find
I'll have
out
like the whole bounty hunter scene set up.
the effect of his boss's drugs. This leads to Tommy engaging in battle after battle, murder after murder, and more outrageous criminal acts in order to grow his own influence and power in Vice City, and further himself towards his goal of finding his betrayer. As we move through this video, you'll soon find that betrayal is a major theme in all of the GTA games. Eventually, Tommy's old boss sends out a few men to collect what's owed to him from Tommy. But at this point in the story, Tommy has already gained complete control over Vice City's drug trade, and no longer feels like he has to obey any other mobster. Tommy kills the men who were sent out, further enraging his ex-boss Sonny, who comes down to handle things himself. It's during their head-to-head conflict that Sonny reveals he was the one responsible for Tommy's original arrest and 15-year sentence, and that Tommy's closest partners are also prepared to betray him to seize his newly found power.
Sorry, Tommy. This is Vice City. This is business.
A shootout then follows in the mansion.
Just gonna fix the next one.
Familiar with the Scarface movie, you'll find very familiar, and ends with Tommy killing both of his two-timing partners and his ex-boss, Sonny himself, permanently establishing Tommy as the undisputed crime kingpin of Vice City. Vice
Yeah, one from 2012.
The unparalleled freedom of its open world, giving players a ton of brand new vehicles and weapons to play with. It also adds new gameplay elements, such as the ability to acquire property, which allows you to have extra perks and includes the ability to earn extra money by owning various businesses and hideouts. There's
I'm just listening, just cleaning those ago. Once we get to midnight, I will probably stream for a few minutes after that, but I think tomorrow, realistically, I'll be the stream that goes over like. This one will get closer to 2 hours. Again, I did that one for over an hour earlier. I am tired. I was up really early this morning for work and among other things. But tomorrow, right, obviously it's January 1st, I'm not required to be anywhere, so I'll do a long one.
Yet another scene almost straight out of the movie Scarface. So let's talk about development of Vice City.
So episode 4 shelf is looking better.
Developed by DMA Games yet again. Now Rockstar North. an over 50-person team and 18 months of work. Full production had started just before GTA 3 was completed, but mostly consisted of 3D model work. It wasn't until the beginning of 2002 that things really kicked into gear, likely following the incredible success of GTA 3's launch. At the time, GTA Vice City was in consideration of just being an expansion pack of GTA 3, but after numerous discussions and debates, the team decided on making their concept an entirely standalone game, and thus, Vice City was properly born. The game grew over the course of its development into Rockstar North's most expensive game at the time, boasting a sizable budget of $5 million. And by October of 2002, the next installment in the meteoric franchise was complete. Vice City was ready to hit the shelves. And again, we see how a labor of love is almost always rewarded in the history books, with the game receiving multiple perfect scores from Eurogamer, Game Informer, and more game reviewers. And when it didn't receive a perfect score, it came pretty damn close, with 9.7 out of 10 from IGN, 95
So that is episodes. The part of us have not.
and a 95
Obviously, Return of the Jedi and episode. Some of them, there's so many figures, but also some they add those. I know like 90% of those are currently still in the box, which will that'll be a stream probably tomorrow or the day after. But I am enjoying how this is looking. It does look kind of how I anticipated it would, so I'm very happy about that. We have 10 minutes to go, so yeah, till midnight. That's crazy. So, sorry, I think we'll start packing up. I could have, I was tempted to continuously go, live after midnight, but you know what? Battery percentage, I'm tired, and you know what? I kind of got where I wanted. The live will go through into, New Year.
Best PlayStation 2 game at the Golden Joystick Awards, 500,000 copies sold in 24 hours, 1.4 million in 2 days, with over 300 million earned by 2006 alone. It was clear that GTA Vice City just couldn't stop winning. That is, until the
So I'm gonna get a bag to throw a few things out. I'll be back in a minute, but that's just officially clicked over to 2350. That's 2025 has been a very quick year.
mindless violent potential gameplay and its direct violence towards different ethnic groups that it facilitated in order to achieve historical accuracy, and its rather negative portrayal of those same ethnic groups in its depictions of them as thugs, thieves, and drug dealers with little to no redeeming qualities. These critiques actually led to team members at Rockstar exiting the studio, vowing to never work on violent games again due to their portrayal by the mainstream media. This incredibly negative criticism led to a lot of performative activism from figureheads like New York City's own mayor, Michael Bloomberg, who threatened to take legal action against Take-Two Interactive. But that's honestly nothing, because it's about to get much worse. On June 7th, 2003, an 18-year-old Devin Moore shot and killed 2 Alabama police officers and a dispatcher before fleeing in their patrol car. Upon being apprehended, Moore had reportedly said, "Life is like a video game. Everybody's gotta die sometime." Despite the absolute insanity of his statement, a $600 million lawsuit was filed against Rockstar Games, Take-Two Interactive, Sony Computer Entertainment, GameStop, and Walmart, claiming that Moore had frequently played Vice City and his experiences in the game led to him committing the crimes associated. And despite Rockstar's efforts, the Supreme Court rejected their demand to throw out the case, meaning this one was headed to court. Fortunately for Rockstar, this particular case and the monumental suit against GTA 3 was being held by the same lawyer, Jack Thompson, an alleged anti-video game activist. We'll be using the term alleged quite often to avoid any legal repercussions. So, allegedly speaking, Jack Thompson removed himself from the November of 2005 due to alleged unprofessional conduct, which may have allegedly helped lead the case in favor of Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive, leading to an eventual summary judgment in their favor, which is legalese for there's no real dispute here, so no trial is necessary. And in truth, there really was no case to be had. It's incredibly hard to pass judgment against one sole factor as the motivating cause for something as emotionally complex as human beings deciding to do something as outrageous as murdering 3 police officers. Is GTA Vice City violent? Absolutely. Should it be blocked from sale to minors? Absolutely. But should it be considered responsible for real-life actions taken by human beings that result in murder or worse? Well, that's for you to decide. And speaking of decisions, Rockstar and Take-Two had a massive one to make after their second smash hit. How do you get lightning to strike the same place twice? The answer is you don't. Instead, you take on the incredible task of making lightning strike as many places as possible in the hopes of just one of them being what you were looking for. And that's what Rockstar managed to do in 2004 with the release of GTA San Andreas, the next installment in the franchise. San Andreas would represent a major step forward for the franchise and gaming in general. This time the game had a massive open world, much larger than Vice City. It included three major cities, Los Santos, San Fierro, and Las Venturas, which were based on LA, San Francisco, and Vegas. There was a narrative based on multiple real-life events, Bloods, Crips, the 90s crack epidemic, Los Angeles riots, and the Rampart scandal, and a whole lot of hot coffee, but more on that later. The story of San Andreas follows our newest protagonist, Carl C.J. Johnson, who returns to the city of Los Santos following his mother's death in a drive-by shooting. He gets intercepted on the way home, however, by none other than the Crash police force, who threaten to implicate C.J. in the killing of a fellow officer unless he cooperates. CJ
Well, it's official. We have a little over 5 minutes left to go. Maybe not so much on the stream, but on New Year or on 2025.
Grove Street family street gang have lost most of their territory, and CJ sets out to reunite the now broken street gangs.
It's getting a bag. So a few things I wanted to, just throw out.
But this wouldn't be a proper GTA.
I won't be here when it actually clicks over. I'll be able, the stream will still be live, but I'll go away and come back. If that makes sense.
Interactions with the triads, street racing, the local syndicate, the mafia, and more corrupt police activity all coming to a head when CJ finally gets his revenge on Smoke in a close gunfight, and further revenge on the officer who attempted to arrest him at the beginning of the game and leader of the Crash police force. Like every entry so far in the 3D universe of GTA, San Andreas also features an open world with free roam and optional side missions, but it vastly expands upon the freedom of its open world by allowing players to take part in various activities such as basketball, boxing, BMX bike riding, and more. The game also truly dives into roleplay like no other prior title, adding in weight and appearance mechanics for CJ. Balancing good food and physical activity heavily impacts CJ's appearance and physical attributes, including combat effectiveness.
Remember some of these cardboard boxes from some recent packages.
But if you eat thoroughly and collect CJ will gain weight, reducing his total stamina. San Andreas also innovates throughout the world. Players can fight for territory for their game by attacking rival game members. Players could win over control of the block after surviving 3 waves of enemy attacks. One territories are periodically attacked by enemy gangs and must be successfully defended or they are lost. But nothing compares to some of San Andreas' most famous missions, including the Los Desperados mission, Vertical Bird, and the End of the Line mission. Los Desperados begins with Caesar, the leader of the Los Aztecas, coming to you requesting help with getting his gang back together. Once convinced by your friends to repay your earlier acquired debts to Caesar, you set out and recruit 2 Grove Street gang members for assistance alongside some of the Los Aztecas veterans at Unity Station. Upon arrival, the mission becomes a combat simulation where rival Vagos gang members attack you to protect their neighborhood of El.
I need to put this somewhere. This is the Imperial landing craft from 07. I am going to need to find somewhere to put that because I've still not got around to building this one. There we go. What time we're on? So after this, 3 minutes to go. That honestly, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. Well, that's where we are now. Anyone else who just feels like that? Like this 2025 has been one of the quickest years ever.
This is arguably the coolest mission in the entire game. The runner-up, however, comes in the form of the end-of-the-line mission sequence, where you steal a SWAT tank while under fire from SWAT officers as well as gang members to smash through the wall of Big Smoke's crack palace. You rake your way up 3 floors of the mansion while killing Ballas, Pagos, Sanfiora Rifa, and Russian gang members, as well as workers who all carry heavy firearms. All of this comes to a head with a direct one-on-one shootout with your ex-best friend turned enemy, Big Smoke himself. Yes, the 2 number 9s and number 9 large guy.
I'll have 2 number 9.
The mission doesn't quite end here, but to me, this is one of the greatest moments in the entire game. A truly heart-wrenching...
I'm gonna put these away in a bin, and then I'm gonna be going.
But when I'm gone, everyone's gonna remember my name.
Yeah, crap. I'm going through that last minute of the year. So guys, I'll be back in a moment.
Let's talk about development. We've got another blockbuster story written by the same team behind Vice City and GTA 3, but incredible writing is only half the battle when it comes to video games. Fortunately for Rockstar North, the team behind GTA San Andreas' development, they had 2 years to work on this installment in the franchise, double what they originally had to work on Vice City. This was an opportunity to go bigger than ever before, and with a much larger budget in hand. The team had double the time and double the money. To add to it, unlike most game studios, Rockstar North had minimal turnover internally, meaning most of the people who worked on the previous 2 GTA games were still at the company and ready to work on the third. And that familiarity gave them a home court advantage when trying to figure out how to improve upon an already successful formula. Success required them to put their foot on the gas and slam it. But that very same need led to the initial concerns within the team about the minimal break time the studio had between Vice City's launch and San Andreas' development. Programmers within the company feared that things were leaning towards a constant crunch mode, citing working hours that had some team members working 17 hours per day. But still, the team pressed forward in hopes of topping everything they'd done before. See, Vice City's design felt detailed and familiar due to the game's focus on borrowing from real-world elements and shows. But San Andreas had a leg up on Vice City's design in that Rockstar North had maintained positive relationships with famous Los Angeles natives, Esteban Oriol, Mr. Cartoon, and DJ Pooh, for example, who assisted in the imitation of the city's street culture. The team worked to find the right balance between a video game feel and something more realistic. In-game locations were then inspired by real areas of California, including the Golden Gate Bridge and Compton. Other elements, like the driving components of the game, were inspired by Rockstar's other successful title, Smuggler's Run, which was released in 2002. The game also took further inspiration from popular media dated in the same era, including Boys in the Hood, Colors, Juice, New Jack City, and Menace to Society. San Andreas also had quite a lot of internal competition between team members, with the writers often trying to outdo each other's humor, leading to hilarious moments like this.
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
The game also had a much bigger focus on the character design than the previous 2 titles. The team focused heavily on fleshing out an entire world and really making it feel alive, adding over 400 voice actors that had over 60,000 total lines of dialogue, with over 7,700 for our main character CJ alone, all of which totaled up to a Guinness World Record for largest video game cast with over 861 total credited actors. Even the non-player characters had over an hour of recorded dialogue, over 6 times what Vice City had. And that cast was another legendary lineup, with prominent characters being voiced by Samuel L. Jackson, David Cross, and James Woods. But the shining star among all of them
was Rockstar's choice for the voice of CJ, the character they wanted to be the most relatable, realistic, and human. That choice paid off in the form of centering the character around young Melee, a rapper and producer based out of Los Angeles. Believe it or not, it's ever. And the development team at Rockstar North gave Melee the freedom to insert his own personality into the voice lines to make CJ feel like a real LA gangster. But Rockstar North didn't stop there. GTA San Andreas used Renderware's game engine again. But since Vice City's release, the engine had undergone some rewrites, resulting in an incredible upgrade, now allowing 50% more polygons on screen, as well as allowing real-time reflections, volumetric lighting, and unique day and nighttime cycles. And Rockstar North made sure to put the upgrades to good use, designing over 16,000 unique objects and buildings. Rockstar had improved after Vice City drastically. GTA San Andreas had tons of voice lines, tons of models, and even an upgrade in the musical department in the form of a partnership with Interscope Records to design the soundtrack. You know, the record label that owned Death Row Records and had artists underneath it like Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Eminem, Limp Bizkit, Blink-182, and the Black Eyed Peas. GTA San Andreas had everything it needed to be an absolute smash. So with that being said, let's talk about reception. The numbers really speak for themselves. San Andreas somehow managed to outdo Vice City and GTA 3 entirely, receiving near-perfect scores from every single publication. 10 out of 10s across the board. 9 out of 10s, 9.6 out of 10. Everyone loved this game. It was quite literally hailed as entertainment at its best. Everyone could see, hear, and feel the improvements made on the world, as well as the massive improvements made to the story to be more comedic and enjoyable. The missions were rarely repetitive, just difficult enough to be challenging, but also funny enough to be interesting. The new addition to the game in the form of auto-aim was also hailed as a massive improvement to the game's overall design. Critics and players alike were absolutely astounded by the incredible voice acting of the cast, calling them the most well-developed and believable video game characters ever made. But of course, the high praise did not come without controversy. Some reviewers criticized the game for perpetuating racial stereotypes, saying that San Andreas was validating an accepted caricature rather than teaching respect and tolerance. See, the problem with making a game as realistic as possible in this kind of setting and environment is that sometimes things feel too real and end up exposing a lot of issues people otherwise would never have seen or noticed in a day-to-day societal interaction. But these critiques felt as though the public was less upset about the game as before with previous games and more so uncomfortable with the profiteering off of negative circumstances that affect American minorities. But in the same breath, different critiques also applauded the game for its mentions of important historical racial events like Rodney King's assault and addressing racial issues that were very real at the time in South Central Los Angeles. But for the most part, government bodies were more concerned about the game's violent and sexual content than they were about racial stereotyping. The sexual content in particular, however, is where San Andreas finds itself in the hottest water, or in this case, the hottest coffee.
Very explicit scenes had been placed into the game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Remember earlier I mentioned hot coffee and said we would get to that later? Well, this is later. The hot coffee minigame was added in GTA San Andreas, and although not originally playable, it essentially allowed the player-controlled protagonist, or CJ, to have animated three-sexual intercourse with their in-game girlfriend. Sam Houser, the president of Rockstar Games, wanted to include more role-playing elements in the game while also purposefully pushing the series' controversial reputation to the limits. But fortunately, or in the case of some Gooners, unfortunately, the development team was forced to dial it back on the nudity and sexual content. And they did just that, so much that the game almost didn't receive an M rating originally, which would have caused even more issues in the public eye due to the nature of the rest of the content. So to re-achieve that rating, the hot coffee game mode was re-added before release and just made inaccessible to players. The problems arose when modders discovered the code on the game's PlayStation 2 release, and when the game was released to Windows, the gooning floodgates opened. See, the minigame originally didn't have a name, but one particular modder, Patrick Wildenborg, released the code to the minigame under the name Hot Coffee, thus earning its infamous name in history forever. And this discovery, unfortunately, hit Rockstar with immense legal backlash. San Andreas ended up banned in Australia entirely over the discovery, and the game went up from a mature rating to an adults only rating. Rockstar and Take-Two ended up receiving a warning from the FTC for failing to dissolve the extent of graphic content in the game, and even earned themselves a class action lawsuit alleging the company misled consumers with the original mature rating. The Hot Coffee minigame changed the gaming industry forever. For starters, Rockstar and Take-Two went out of their way to avoid publicly commenting on the minigame, hoping to avoid any further issues in releasing a public statement addressing the game mode and community as a whole. The only statement, in fact, came in the form of Rockstar informing modders were responsible for the minigame, which technically wasn't the full story. The issue was so huge that ESRB announced fines of up to $1 million for game developers who failed to disclose the extent of their graphic content, making San Andreas' name and the term hot coffee live on in infamy forever. Negativity and drama aside, the game pulled in numbers and followed that up with plenty of accolades and awards. San Andreas sold 4.5 million copies in its first week, outselling Vice City by nearly 50%. It made over $230 million in revenue in its first week of sales alone. San Andreas, alongside Halo 2, led the entire gaming industry to an 11% sales increase. Within 3 months, the game earned a gross profit of $285 million and generated $400 million in sales worldwide by the end of the year, making it the best-selling game in 2004, while also racking up 15 game awards from various associations and another 19 nominations. But even after numerous near masterpieces, Rockstar was not even close to reaching its true potential. GTA 4 was the next release of the franchise, and its development began soon after the official release of San Andreas, and this time was a global effort between many of Rockstar's studios. Unlike Vice City and San Andreas, GTA 4 would stray away from the cinematic influence approach as Rockstar's teams wanted to produce something completely original. The teams had 4 years to work on GTA 4, double the time San Andreas had after the release of Vice City, and a $100 million budget, their largest budget to date by far. And knowing Rockstar, they intended to use it well. Beginning with the story of GTA 4, the game takes place in 2008, the same year the actual game was released, and would have players revisiting the location of GTA 3, Liberty City, with a focus on the recreation of 4 of the boroughs in New York City, as well as an entirely neighboring state closely resembling and based off of New Jersey. GTA 4 effectively becomes the beginning of Rockstar's HD universe, marking itself as the beginning of the new timeline within the GTA universe that would continue all the way through GTA 5 and even Grand Theft Auto Online. The story begins with our protagonist, Nico Bellic, an Eastern European ex-soldier who comes to Liberty City to pursue the American dream and escape his criminal past. No, pause. We're forgetting something huge. It's a GTA game, so there's got to be some kind of betrayal, right? See, during the previous war Nico served in, his unit was ambushed.
I am back.
A member of the unit that betrayed him. Nico managed to survive, and a big part of why he's in America in the first place is to search for the
So I was away for a little while, you know, Happy New Year, all that kind of thing, but yeah.
Nico reunites in Liberty City with his cousin Roman and discovers his cousin is in some serious debt with some very aggressive loan sharks. Nico decides to help his
But
cousin
yeah, to all my viewers, Happy New Year. Yeah, I remember you. 2026. Wow.
I mean, I know I'm looking at everything, but come on.
Roman's Russian loan shark, who Nico eventually kills after finding out he had slept with Roman's girlfriend, Mallory. But of course, no deed goes unpunished.
Do you know what? We'll go on for a little bit longer. I'm going to continue so basically until I've cleaned up. But Happy New Year, all you guys. That is insane.
Nico is ordered to kill the son and assassinate his current boss instead. Upon flipping, Nico realizes he himself has been betrayed yet again when he is turned into his former employer by his new friends, and as a result,
But yeah, that Jonas, my head cannot wrap around this. 2026, 2025 felt like a quick blur.
another borough of New York entirely to escape the team, literally and figuratively. To make matters worse, Nico then finds out he's effectively been betrayed yet again when he learns his girlfriend is actually a secret government agent who entraps him into working for her secret agent.
But yeah, like I said, I'll continue to have just organise everything that I've got sitting here, and it's all dealt with. But after that, I'm ending the stream. It has been fun to stream for this long. It always is, but other stuff I gotta do. Plus, I am very tired. But I thought it'd be cool to have a live stream that crosses into. But yeah, this is also just something cool I just thought of.
Which is a bit of foreshadow for the two alternate endings where Nico's decision of whether or not to kill his prior boss Dimitri in a drug deal leads to either his current girlfriend or his cousin being shot and killed. And yes, you must choose between these two endings.
This was the last bit of content because it started in 2025, but it's the first bit of content in 2026. There's a cool way of looking at it. This is that set I was on about that I was throwing up there.
Or cabs that are used in place of fast travel, or even the new dating system via access to the in-game internet, where you can send out emails using internet cafes around the city to bag yourself a potential partner.
But the shelving is looking great. I'm just moving some things around because there'll be a live stream tomorrow, and I'm thinking I could probably see. I know there's one thing when I'm streaming through the phone at least. You can have a lot longer on YouTube than you can get through a TikTok. So, maybe that's the way we're going to go with this. But in order to, basically, there's a problem with TikTok. They kept banning me for really dumb stuff. They've banned my laptop and said if you want to use your laptop, you need to go 30 days without a live violation. Cool. Violated me for putting up posters. So, we're going to be mostly doing it on YouTube for the next while. I think it'll be a good idea.
This stops you from grabbing your keys and operating a piece of heavy machinery, which results in you not being able to see clearly or control the vehicle properly, and potentially being pulled over by the LCPD. Yes, drunk driving in a video game is absolutely deranged, but those kind of things are what makes GTA so special. In addition to all of these gameplay enhancements, obviously the graphics of the game are
Click over. We've got an hour. I've done an hour and 50 minutes this. But no, I was watching the countdown there on TV, jumping at the end of the year. I just thought that's insane. So at the start of 2025, that January, because I remember in January, we had that big storm where they were like warned people, do not leave your damn house. Like it's otherwise, you know, there'll be hell to pay in terms of what you'll experience. And it's like all that feels like not long ago. I remember New Year last year. I wasn't here. I wasn't streaming, or well, I wasn't streaming on that exact day. I was with friends in another city. Doesn't feel like a year ago.
Best mission is the three-leaf clover by far. This mission is arguably the first real heist mission in the entire Grand Theft Auto franchise. The focus is on Nico along with the Cleary brothers robbing the Bank of Liberty. Players bust in, waving around machine guns, taking hostages.
Well, I could have went to like 1 in the morning with a stream. I did heavily consider it, but I decided I don't want to do that. Well, there's obviously. I started this with my phone right at 50%. Right, it's currently at 13, but that's almost 2 hours of live streaming. So I should be able to get a good chunk with a full charge. But you're going to find out on. But yeah, I want to thank everyone who's joined this stream. I am going to go now. I'll see you tomorrow. But yeah. 2026. This should be a really good year for the channel. I hope you guys enjoy because I've got some fun upcoming content. But before I go, I'll show you how behind me's looking. Just coming over here. Got the Battle of Hoth stuff really well set up. That is kind of went the way I wanted it to go. Obviously got like more snow speeders and stuff, but they need to be fixed. Excuse me, sorry. I've been like this for a couple of days. Got the Executor Star Destroyer just looming there. If I tie bomb underneath it, can it make sense? Needs to have this part put back on, but Cloud City's there. This is just random and kind of placeholder. A New Hope's looking good as well. But all this still needs sorted. Many figures still need put on. That's a whole box of those. But again, that is upcoming streams. But let me show you my favorite part. Return of the Jedi looks amazing. I love this little bit where I've got the box for that, which that was the last thing that I kind of arrived here for last year. So I wonder what the first Lego thing for 2026 will be. That'll be interesting. Stay tuned to find out more. That pack looks amazing. I don't know what the first thing I'll buy in 2026 is, but to be fair, I've got to get through the backlog. But anyway, I want to thank all of you who joined. It's been really fun. I will see you guys later on.